Hey everyone, it's Shanti for the Rough Cuts on Sunday. I hope you've been having a great week. I'm really sorry that I didn't post anything last week. Had some unexpected visitors for the holiday. But hopefully you enjoy what I'm talking about this week. It's another documentary from the Awesome Film Festival, and it is entitled Rising from Ashes. This is a really moving documentary and very inspirational. I hate using the word inspirational for things because I think so many people just overuse that word until it kind of loses its meaning. But this really is. This is about the Team Rwanda bicycling team, and it's composed of men who survived the 1994 genocide of Rwanda. Most of them were just young children when that happened. It really focuses a lot on one particular cyclist, Adrian Nyanshuti. He lost almost his entire family, six of his brothers, his mother's entire family. So that entire line, apart from him, is completely wiped out. 60 family members, like 60. He lost his father a few years after the genocide from sickness. And so all he really had to go on was cycling. And it was during one of the wooden races that Rwanda was holding that he had entered when after he'd start cycling in 2003. And there he was noticed by various bicycling greats, including Jock Boyer. And those of you who are fans of the American cycling world, he was one of the first, most well renowned American cyclists because he was the first cyclist from the US to compete in the Tour de France. And so he learned of Adrian's story and then also started noticing how important cycling was to a lot of Rwandans. So he recruited Adrian and four others to start a cycling team in Rwanda in, I believe it was 2005 or 2006. He moved there in 2005. That's when he realized just how much all of these men had gone through, how much they had lost. They really started to develop a real team, a camaraderie, and a new family amongst themselves. It just goes through their triumphs, their hardships, and ultimately, Adrian ended up becoming an Olympian. He competed in the 2012 London Olympics after going through all of this. Because in the beginning, when they first started their team, they didn't have much funding. They hardly had anything. The cyclists, their bicycles were about 25 years old. They were actually older than the guys who were riding them. They were all donated. Most of the parts didn't go together. They were just makeshift bikes that they could find and piecemeal together. A lot of them lived in homes that had no water, no electricity. Most of them couldn't read or write. So with funding that they got from the team, they were able to learn English, learn how to read and write, go through various contracts that they had to sign, and they really came through a lot. And so now Team Rwanda is one of the largest cycling teams in Africa, and in fact, they are currently in practice for competing in the Tour de France, and so they're going to be the first all-African team to compete in the Tour. So that's really something to look forward to. But this is an amazing story about all of these young men as well as Jack Boyer, and where all of them, they lost everything. I mean, just really everything apart from their own lives to come back and truly triumph. And now they are just kind of the shining stars of Rwanda. They're the heroes of the country, especially during a time when it kind of seemed all was lost. These were the men that now a lot of people in the country are looking up to. And so it really is inspiring. It's a wonderful documentary. T.C. Johnstone is the director. Forrest Whitaker does the narration, and he was also an executive producer on this. And it's just a phenomenal documentary. So if you get a chance to see this, definitely go check it out. It also has a great soundtrack, so when the soundtrack becomes available, and it will at some point in time, although he didn't specify during the Q&A, that's also something that's worth looking into. So give this one a look, definitely. Rising from Ashes. It's one to watch. I will see you all next time, although next weekend is Butt-Numb-a-thon. Those of you who are familiar with Butt-Numb-a-thon, it is a 24-hour film festival that's hosted by one of my friends, Harry, of Ain't It Cool News. And so I will be gone from morning of Saturday until the next morning of Sunday after watching who knows how many movies. It's at least 24 hours. The last couple of years it's been more like 26, 27 hours of watching movies. So my review will be a bit later on in the day, possibly the evening of next Sunday, and I may look really, really haggard. So please bear with me with that. So I will see you all next time, late Sunday, if I don't post something before then. I always feel strange posting something on a day that's other than Sunday, even though there's nothing in the first half of the week, but that's just me. Maybe I'll do something, I'll step out of that little box and post something ahead of time. I don't know. We'll find out next time. So I will see you then, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.